be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I've never encountered such, because I feel like I'm too aware of what's going on in the industry, because to be quite honest, the entertainment industry is like the devil's playground, you see. Like, so it's important to have stringent measures in order to make sure to stay protected at all times, because the bros are doing weird stuff out here and you wouldn't even notice until sometime things start making sense. That's why he was moving so far, because the rains in Thailand.
Have you heard about bros like that?
Yeah, I have actually. Like, hey, I've heard a lot of stories. Like, I want to win this out here. I want to learn to live headphones, check pin. You just need to be careful though, because not everyone is happy for you. Like abantu abaningi ne injabulo yakho yinkinga zabo, and then inkinga zakho injabulo yakho. Ngiyangithola. Bawo alephupho thina siyakhala abafu manje ngifuna ubakhuthaza ngiyacela enalempilo ngizobakhathaza ayisazokhathala ngalesi.
Hey, what's good? It's happening. It's your boy Mr. K718 King is full of parity. It is an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to yet another season of Garden Kids. This is episode 1 of season 2, and we're ready to keep things off with a bang, because today we've got the one and only. But before we get to the kids, shout out to the whole team, the whole Garden Kids team, Kids Production, LensEsthetic Films, and yeah, guys, your boy made it to season 2, and here we have a new host joining us, which is our very beautiful sister Okamu Jacob. So congratulations, welcome to the family, and yeah, let's get things going. One and only Mr. Viralam, Wetsalam, Mosa Waves, the coolest DJ. You almost made it to season 1, eh?
Yeah.
But God had other plans.
Yeah. So,
and then here we are shooting this thing. Okay, so if you didn't know, we shot this thing before. Then some complications happened, whatever. Then we had to redo this thing because Tina's phone covered this about you know, what's been happening? Boy, you look tired.
Hey man, it's been gigs after gigs after gigs after gigs.
Yeah.
Now September has been quite hectic.
Which is good.
Yeah, it is good, but hey, you wanna back to back. I'm not used to that kind of setup yet.
But yeah, every day you have to do something else.
Every day you have to do something. Every day. If it's not a gig, it's just spanning, you know. So yeah.
So wait, multi-span, are you doing anything on the side?
No, I'm not doing anything anymore because of how hectic it has become.
Boya, 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Then when did you start?
When did I stop? I think it was end of July. Yeah.
That's quite recent, man.
End of July.
Yeah. Shout out for that, because I want they get caught up in this thing you're thinking would so true. Once I do this thing, it's with DJ pair.
Yeah.
Because maybe they look at you from a distance about would see almost your span or one man your span, because a lot of people have side hustles, because you can never I can never confirm any isn't easy.
Yeah,
you can never confirm. You can have 5 gigs this month, next month, not even one. But let's start with good background cooler for it is. How was Mosa as a lighty, and how was it growing up where you come from?
Actually, if you're gonna start with like the basic stuff, like just to first have like a common conclusion. Like I didn't have like a hard time growing up. Nkule grand actually. I used to be like that bro who's like outgoing as I am, like even right now. I would see things I say done at the time. So obviously there were like a few boundaries that had to be like abided by and respected. But otherwise, cooling into and noma namagents nje until nje ebusuku sokuzula amakasi sentabeni senza yonke le dog, you see. So ukhula kwami mfethu ukhula ukubona ukhula ngale uyabazali bafuna ube ngakhona. You'd never know ukuthi bengizoba i-DJ or whatever, you see, or I turn out to be the way that I am currently.
Now you find yourself in this situation.
Next, never even thought of that. So yeah, Kule Clan, Ninja Kasi, Polas, you know. Yeah, smooth sailing basically. I wouldn't say that I was cheese boy or what, but like Kule like Clan.
Okay,
like,
no problem.
Yeah.
So how were your parents in terms of like Ushuti, Kule, like with being around your parents and everything? There were certain boundaries that you had to respect. How was it growing up, knowing what your father's a pastor?
Yeah.
And then how did that mold you in a way? Did that have any form of influence in your life?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it had like a lot of influence. It gave me a whole lot of discipline. Like, I'm gonna always commend my parents for that, because in a way we strict growing up, because I had the strictest of parents talk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was strict and blind. And so like I blame because so it was a thing they did it for my own good, you see. So treatment towards me was actually kind of positive. It had a positive impact in my life because I'm not too strict like they thought that I would be. I'm not. Like I'm on the right path. Like I'm still abiding by their rules. It's just a matter of I'm a little so cool.
Shout out for that. So, shout out to them for that, because mind you, it's easy though. We don't really take them seriously. We take certain things for granted. But then our phone was okay. This is in high level. I can respect people now. I can do this. I can do that. So, how was their reaction, or how were they in terms of when you started becoming a DJ, or when you wanted to become one? How was that whole thing like?
They were actually kind of shocked. Like, okay, not shocked in a way, I'm sorry, because it happened like, I'm sorry, it was blending in. I made it blend into the.
So when Velo was kids,
I guess for that moment, like it was a thing. I started doing it without their knowledge. They only found out about it shortly after my 3 months. Bro, when I'm also
yeah.
And
it's not like they're on social media, was going to post
they never see the posts and anything like that. They would just ask who to get guns and I would tell them, okay, this is what I'm doing. I used to sugarcoat it with Caesar Wangama.
Oh,
so I would tell them, and I'm Caesar Wangama. They have a joint and stuff. I couldn't see the suckers. Obviously, like something like a bottle store, I guess. So like they had equipment, like we run a sound, we run a CDJ and all that. And like they didn't have DJs that could actually put in the out there. So you know when you're like channeled into like a lot of things. I have like a business mind for it because I used to do business studies and everything business related before I became a DJ. So I knew Gucci input like in the business that they had, you see. So like when I penetrate the I could be like the outsource.
Like the face of
it. Yeah, but keep like out there. Even though I didn't have any influence with DJ at the time. I was just the person who W.
And Gabi.
Yeah, it was in the picture. Yeah, that's when I actually started wearing it a lot. You see, so I started infiltrating like the whole Shandy's Navy by Shire, jewelry, really that face, and then in a way, and then it booked me as well, because I started getting gigs from them, because I was like perfecting my craft, equipment down.
Time now, this like social media wise, we were like quite well known at that time, which is like,
yeah, well, it was
not as much as now.
Okay, yeah, I feel it. It was like, you go on like more figure, like you trying to see it growth. I used to like track like our followers and everything, because like I wanted to see how rapid the growth is. You know, so
yeah,
like let me make an example for you. Like when I started like this whole thing on Facebook, I think I was on like 9,000 followers. Before I became a DJ, I was on like 9,000 followers. And then as time went by, like in that period of me starting a DJ till now, like I've been skyrocketed, especially after like some point in time this year.
So what's it on now?
20.6, I think, 20.6K. Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot, brother. So like you're going to support you, buy.
I buy.
And is this place still around? What you talking about?
Nah.
Where was it?
It was in Caslate actually.
Va.
It was like the second one side.
Oh, yeah,
it was that side.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Why?
So we used to host events there as well.
Oh, my game sessions and all that.
I'm a Garden Vibes. That's where it started.
And why Garden Vibes?
It was actually their idea. The WTC is the Garden Vibes.
Wait, how did you feel about the name? Were you just fine with it?
I liked it actually. Yeah. I liked it. Very I wouldn't say I'm picky, but I'm like a perfectionist. If ever was a invader like a craft, at least even something that's like feasible. Like I like a brand it, and at the time, the Garden Vibes idea, even Jela in with our brand, and then we just ran with it because we were doing like an in-yard type of vibe. So obviously, in-yard you cover about jani, you cover ama flower, lapaya, garden. So obviously I was just like, yeah, let's just run with that.
Okay, let's talk about Gabi.
Yeah.
Gabi as a clothing brand.
Okay.
Who started it?
It was actually me.
Alone?
Yes.
Because I remember at some point it was you and Lebulonga.
Yeah. We're still in it together.
Yeah,
we're still in it together.
So what's the story with that? How did it come about, the name, and what's going on with the Gabi right now?
To be quite honest, the way it started is kind of embarrassing. It's not really embarrassing, but it's embarrassing at the same time. Because like, when was it? I think it was in 2019. Yeah, 2019. Late 2018 in December. I remember.
Yeah.
I was in Brown actually. And I was scrolling on IG feed. So I'm scrolling on IG and scrolling. One of this other name. Ilipale just like Garb, G-A-R-B, just there.
Okay, I've
caption.
I've seen some words Garb.
Yeah. And for some odd reason, this thing is actually quite dope. It's in IE. But I want to go what does this mean? What does Garb mean? And I had to like come up with something. And that's when it became like an abbreviation
of
called Aesthetics, running bravely, illuminating Earth.
Damn, that's a long ass name. I don't think I'm gonna remember it. Because I've always asked myself, why the fuck would you name something Gabi? Why? Explain. Like at least if I knew, it's okay. Yeah, and now I know. Because I try a request, and next thing there's Gabi there. Like, what's happening? Gabi from Ekasi. Now she has her own thing there. Okay, but yeah, that's Gabi came through, and it kind of did bring a lot of people in. And then you started hosting pop-up events. according to my knowledge, that was the last time you did it in Kasi before you did that event at Martin's place.
It was actually our first event.
Yeah, and then there was, you stopped that time when you called Sean Manuwa, I think, around those times. After that, you never really, you only hosted like those chilling vibes.
I actually did host like events, like sort of like big events. Most of the time, you just had people who just mess around now. They are not serious actually. I was actually intending on having like serious events now, and not like intimate vibes like you said. But like there were people who were always messing around. Because you get a lot of people wanting to collaborate with us. And if you collaborate, obviously it's going to be something huge. But somewhere along the line, those who are incompetent or are not disciplined or
as serious as you guys were for this last event,
and you see,
damn,
and then they end up not pulling through, and then you just cut.
Okay, I want to actually get to now Garden Vibes, the most recent one, the main event, which was 29th July, ne?
Yeah.
What made you partner with the people you partnered with?
To be quite honest, it was me giving them the benefit of the doubt, actually.
Yeah.
Because these people were so persistent, not in a bad way.
Okay.
Like they were, let me say, they were keen on working with us. Like they were pushing for this collaboration. We're like, dude, let's work, let's buy. We have this and that. And like this and that. It made like something solid. So as with it's equal effort. Everyone is putting like an equal amount of effort. So that's what made everything possible. That's what made us as the House of Garden team consider working with those other people. Because what they put for us on the table was enough for us to actually consider working with them.
So who's part of the House of Garden team?
Well, at the moment it's me, it's Leo, it's me. We have Martin as well. Okay, well, I'm mentioning all these people because we form a team all together, but it's basically just me and Leo. Because it derived from the Kawaii clothing brand itself.
Okay, so now you get to host the main event. Lineup is like strict. You guys were strict with them because I remember hearing Kuti. It's funny, you're not just picking any local person. Like we're gonna be strict in terms of how you. And I'm pretty sure you got a lot of like. I went quite there after you dropped the poster because like So why that? Why did you guys specifically want to do that?
To be honest, a lot of people think I'm a DJ. A lot of people think because I'm a DJ, I don't have to criticize any other person who's in the entertainment industry. Like let's say for example, I'm keen on booking. People have been telling me about you with Leia Shisa and all of that. And then when I get to a place, maybe by coincidence, Ushala before me at an event. And I happen to arrive maybe about 2 hours or an hour earlier, and I find you playing there. I'm obviously gonna wanna hear how you play, Fade. Because at the time, I'm hooked. I'm actually trying to have you impress me so that I can be able to approach you even when you do Kirams and talk about my details.
Sure.
But you get a lot of people, it's either Umuntu, okay, aside from Umuntu Marazo thing.
Yeah.
For example, I'm just making a typical example. Aside from a person having to do that, like order, like brand your is not clean.
What do you mean by that?
Like when I say that brand your ain't clean, like they don't take themselves seriously as like a name. Like I'm making an example. Manga Tati Siras as Mosa waves. I'm always getting involved in social media beefs, arguments. I'm always posting content that's not feasible for or aligning with my brand, or I'm always getting into trouble for something. I'm always trending for the bad things.
Yeah.
And that itself just raises a lot of eyebrows. And I mean, I'm feeling there's one hlanganisa nezinto ezinjalo.
Okay, so this is now you seeing the DJ afterwards.
Yeah.
Like seeing the social media stuff, afterwards.
Obviously, I'm gonna take a peep whilst they're still playing. I'm paying on my socials, okay, who respond to crowd and influence and stuff like
and
that.
how they pushing themselves as well. Okay, so who was one DJ that was playing and you were like, shit, this guy, he's definitely coming to the event, and then you actually ended up booking them?
Okay, there's this one guy, okay, he actually became a brother of mine, who Skywalk.
Yo.
The guy was playing hip hop at the event.
Bro.
That guy is awesome.
Shout out to Skywalk.
That guy.
Skywalker, hey, you made us turn out.
Is a G.
Shout out to.
You see, so like until we were friends on Facebook, like way before I started DJing. Okay. You see, but obviously he wasn't moving as much as he is moving like right now. So there was a time where we were at Zone 6 venue, you see, and he was playing because he had recently started blowing up, like you see. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be my first time hearing this bro play. Let me just hear what it's all about. And when I heard him play, I was just like, fam, nah, this is dope. So and then from then, I started believing in him like so much. And then we started being close because we started kicking around in the same places. Yeah, so we started seeing each other like more often. You see, so we started, then we exchanged numbers, and then from then it was just like a relationship, like a working relationship and like a friendship. He's from Pimville actually.
Oh, okay. I don't know, maybe it's like from Bram or something.
I'm a superstar.
Yo, damn. So okay, let's go back to the event now, because what I wanna ask is, that was a dope event. Shout out, like congrats, shout out for that. Shout out to you, Holiday Group, Mobile, Nisto, everyone. Like shout out, guys. That was dope. Don't get me wrong, that was amazing. What went wrong?
A lot of things went wrong actually. A lot, especially after I left, because there was a time where I actually left, and they told me that things started going AWOL immediately after I left the venue, you see. So like in terms of the flops that we had, Fede, aside from the weather twitching and all of that, there were a lot of people who were actually at the event coming to actually try and stop our movement. Yeah, sabotage like in like such a huge way. I feel like that was just something we couldn't avoid, to be quite honest, because we didn't plan for that, because usually with our events there aren't any fights, there aren't any casualties, there aren't any stuff like that. So usually we don't plan for them, and then that's just one of the mistakes that we made, you see.
So you're saying people came through to like cause havoc?
No, a lot of people came for the vibe.
No, like not all of them.
Yeah, but there was like those people that came to just try and sabotage our brand and our event itself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because then, like after that, when I heard like security, y'all have problems with the security, then obviously people started doing whatever they're doing. And then, so with certain DJs not pitching up, what was the cause of that?
They actually pitched up.
All of them?
Yeah. The only person who didn't pitch up, they had a reason. I can't actually mention who, but they had a reason why they couldn't come to the event, and it was understandable because everything else was dealt with accordingly. But everyone that came, Mafigi on time, and some of them came late, of which they accounted for because they ended up playing just to account for the time that they actually came
slots up, or like let's say Udala 7 Bamfara. Okay, so if you didn't make it on time, like when 50 cent slot and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, because then the thing were like there was so many headliners there, and so obviously that thing is gonna gain a lot of traction, and that's why people are gonna come and start causing havoc. Small things can mess up an event, bro. Like the effect of which happens at every event. That it's gonna bring inkunzi.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. Mama chita masola khona kanje. Obvious khona sidlalela ngishayizaka, but khona lezi vele ezize ngokuzohlupha, which is now he gets to have an opportunity. Okay, I can disguise mina sidlala ama-dice namajita while sisascoutile ukuthi okay abantu mabaphuma so. We literally had to request from the event to Cecil to buy drinks. That's how hectic it was out there. Like that's how hectic, and it just goes to show you how big the event is, and just right. That was just man. It was a dope thing. And now, speaking of sabotage, I heard about things Zumut.
Hey, bro. Like that was just tough, man.
What happened?
That was just tough. A lot of people, you must just know that whenever you are like doing something, you know, you should just know that you should expect the worst. I feel like that's the only way you're gonna be prepared for something, you know. So, like nothing beats prayer. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as easy doesn't really mistake, you know. Like certain things happen the way they happen. Even Bivati, to Tavati Vele, Gwenza something. But there's something that could have happened anyways, just straight after that. So in a way, you can tell Uguti like some things happen for a reason, because but it didn't happen the way that those people thought that they would happen. It wasn't that intense, you know. And I'm just kind of glad that it happened in the way that it happened, because I mean, we wouldn't have had any knowledge of what was the cause of some things happening if ever things didn't happen as bad as they were supposed to happen on that day.
So basically, if somebody got mugged, maybe that person could have died, but they got to escape that because of like special forces, which is and all that. So I basically get what you say. And then speaking about moods, okay, so I have a brother who's a DJ, and obviously I get to, did I say brother? Okay, so now you get to hear about all these stories that happen as like Malfigi that way and everything. Like there's DJs who actually use moods.
There are a lot of proofs.
There's like, so now how do you like, that's now how important it is to stay prayed up and everything, but how do you feel about that whole thing? Let's say if you get someone who's using things for themselves, not to sabotage other DJs, but you know, since we let people, those can have an impact on you. Like let's say man to call dizzy because of his vaccine and all that. How do you handle certain?
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I've never encountered such, because I feel like I'm too aware of what's going on in the industry, because to be quite honest, the entertainment industry is like the devil's playground, you see. Like, so it's important to have stringent measures in order to make sure it's grand, to stay protected at all times, because the bros are doing weird stuff out here and you wouldn't even notice until sometime things start making sense. That's why he was moving so far, because the hands in there.
Have you heard about bros like that?
Yeah, I have actually. Like, hey, I've heard a lot of stories. Like, I want to win this out here. I want to headphones, pin. You just need to be careful though, because not everyone is happy for you. Like abantu abaningi ne injabulo yakho yinkinga zabo, and then inkinga zakho injabulo yakho. So not everyone is gonna be always happy with what you do. So like that's why you need to always look around. Like bayabon, like a lot of crews that I've vied with, but his was born if I'm born. So like something is not right here, and like I've noticed something like this and this and that.
damn, bro, that's deep. And how do you ensure your safety? Because like you can encounter a lot of things along the way.
To be
I've never
honest,
heard of
though,
a story where you can say, no, got marked. No, guys, you got hijacked there. Like this happened. What do you do from your end? What do you like?
dog, me, I just pray, dog. Like, nothing beats prayer. I swear, if it wasn't for prayer, I would have been in a lot of mad situations. But because Nyatanda, dog, like a lot of things of mine move back, like swiftly. You should make sure, Uti, whatever you believe in, like, meditate on it. Like, whatever you believe in, meditate on it. You know what I'm saying? More believer in Nkulunkulu, meditate in the word, pray, just do those sort of things. You know what I'm saying? So that you are Uti. Then when you are at ease when you know Uti man, there's nothing that can stop you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because this music doesn't make any mistake. Because I'm not gonna lie, there was a time, okay, I wasn't DJ, we started dealing with merch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the time, they stood in Tandas, Puma out. We almost got hijacked on our way back.
What happened?
It was this other bro from Glen, I don't even know who he is, but he just told us, Uti, Nhamba ngemoto ekanje ni ntwana kanje bese uyahleka uyavaya. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Masifika bomazondi side silandela igaba zibone 3. And then the one bro is trying to overtake by connecting 18 ungamvumela ku overtake.
She.
I'm sorry. And I'm not used to letting a person not overtake me.
Like you're a woman.
But for that day, I was just like, nah, step on it. And even no late. As soon as I thought it was overtaken, I was too late to chill. I can't chill. So in the as ninjas, a contributor to me.
And that was when you were still driving. I remember I used to drive.
Yeah, bro. Good times.
Hey, you guys once ran me over. You almost ran me over. Okay, but I wanna now talk with you. There's a game I wanna play with you, but before that, I actually wanna talk about things you could do. Nah, like let's head to this thing. Yeah. Okay, so so I'm gonna make you pick between two people. You've done this thing before, but now it's a little bit weird because now I mixed up a few names. So like I put, the first one is like an MC and a DJ, but it's like people who are quite close to you.
Okay, should be easy.
This one is a rapper. This one's a producer. This like it's a mishmash. Okay, Neo Nisto on Mobi SA.
Yeah, man. Hey, there's no beef, guys. I'm just trying to go with the flow. You see? Yeah. What do you say?
Okay. Like, how'd you meet Nisto? How'd you guys become friends?
We actually met at an event in Kasi, I think. And we actually met through a friend. So obviously, uzumqaba because umngane wakhe. Like his eyeballs are gonna be on me because so like he loved my craft for that day. And we started writing waves together, you see. Whenever we'd link up in Warin and I'm playing, he just take the mic and I really like that. He's actually that one MC because he knows, he just goes with the flow. He knows what to do.
I want to shy one way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and we shy in different. Shy is in this common. He's quite innovative. He's gonna do something that's gonna vibe with the song that I'm playing at the time. And we flow, we crowd like so, yeah.
I saw him Gavi. I don't know if he did it for a long time, but when he let some eyes, Chomishe, I can't even knock your mind. Like, shout out to Mr. Man, shout out to Levulona or stolen motive.
In terms of, just the question.
Pick one.
Okay.
What must buy? Why?
You
You.
okay, well, I was like, my first brood was them actually, and like we actually share a lot of memories. We share a lot of things in general, like even in terms of the craft, like the Caesar, I'm told, like he's the one that has like more impact in my life. I'm told in terms of like everything, he has like a lot of impact.
Stolen is there to annoy you.
Yo, he's there to annoy me, yeah, that bro. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yo.
I need plants or Camu Jacobs.
Yo, this one is weird.
I know. All of these are weird.
Yeah, not really, because like with these two people, I'm not quite close with both of them. You know, but I'm friends with Anne Plants more than I am with Camuelo Jacobs. So I think Anne Plants is the person that I would pick.
Shout out to her. Shout out to she has a voice, and shout out to Cam. It's my one. I'm joking.
Yeah, oh, Mama Secret.
Shout out to Yeah, I feel like the next one is a bit of a mismatch or mismatch. Yeah, in terms of, but they're both event hosts.
Okay.
So it's Moise Woods or John God.
It goes without saying, Moise Woods, dog.
I just didn't know who to pair him up with to actually think, because Mama Tapega, this guy moves in a different way compared to a lot of hosts.
Yeah.
Which is something I think aligns with you, with the way you do things.
Okay, actually, like in a way, Sunday Yummy vibes in the concept here.
Yeah.
Now most of House of Coffee events are interlink. Like, we'd like to think that we are sister event companies. You see, like in a way we interlink.
Fan.
Yeah, you know. So like he once mentioned something about
being one.
the inspiration coming from us of what they're doing.
How did you meet the fellow?
How did I meet the fellow?
Yeah.
Though we met in the most awkward way, because this was one I remember quite vividly. Because we'd always have like an argument on Facebook, you see.
Hey.
I'm just like,
Like Nakujana and stuff.
not really good,
But
like,
na pizza.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a bittersweet relationship, because it ended up shaping into something that was quite beautiful, I'm not gonna lie.
Amazing.
So yeah, we kind like quite awkwardly, because this was only at home.
And then how's the encounter with Shanganina in person?
In person, we didn't even speak. They grew up in the same castle.
Where's
So
the Topes?
yeah, from Topsy. So we were Tavana and Nole. I didn't know the truth at first, obviously. So yeah, Bogu were Kuluma all the time. And then at some point, like we started and then we started speaking from there.
And just became supporting each other's
Yeah,
events.
that's right.
You headlining there at those.
Yeah.
And how's they playing there?
It's actually quite dope, because and the reaction you get from them is quite dope, because you can actually feel it with
After that, now you can see people talking like.
It actually motivates you to perfect your craft even much more when you have to play for them.
Because man, you feel like
I mean, in general, that's not cool. In general, I don't even do that. So
yeah. Do you rehearse?
no,
Not anymore. Or
I don't rehearse.
You've never rehearsed.
In guy anxiety.
So, Miss Wee, DJs, if you wanna move like a certain person, do not do that, because everyone has their way of doing things. You'll ask Cranky T, he'll tell you something different. You'll ask this person, he'll tell you something different.
Yeah.
And then, I can say right now, get their mix songs, try to mix songs that you do, and when I practice this idea and we don't know. So Nizwele, guys, he does it, doesn't mean you shouldn't, because Agafigi,
Nakhona it's not a matter of figure.
Yeah.
That's fine, masingabani.
Yeah, okay.
Yangithola. Mina ngipractice because anxiety. Like I once tried it. Not gonna lie. I once tried it. Harry has said, yeah, how must figure in the way because it doesn't sound the way
It's something I couldn't.
it sounds like I'm practice. In fact, I'm a crowd of fun. Also practice something when you get there, the crowd pants.
Okay, now
And say something crazy.
when I'm always like hype, and then
Yeah,
now
like
you're
it's
getting
crazy. When I get there,
disappointed.
we are on another crowd. It's not giving.
So who's your favorite crowd to play for?
My favorite crowd.
Like which event? I can say if I could say.
This one is a tough one.
Top 3 to make it easier for you.
Okay, top 3. Not in any order, ne?
Okay.
Crowd Ratos Fed. Crowd Kabi. I wait Kabi for number 1. Without saying. Because anyways, Ubuti Sala in they always dance. Yasala. But yeah. The third one, Crowd say I poo.
Hey, I've never been there. I should go. Are you going to it? Yeah. Okay, I wanna go there because like it's what they do in Kankitino Chilala. They're taking like Idao and they're making it boom more than
I swear.
making it crazier and crazier, and each Friday it gets worse and worse.
These people are simply doing the road work. I'm not gonna lie. They are putting a lot of people on, and but now I feel like I'm born, which is a good thing, because like when the into we ends because we are full now. We ends because of Kaza man.
Like
We are told.
Mutinala can host an event, free entry. This means any man is coming through for the place.
Yeah.
It's going to the place. Like, what are they not really making that much from themselves? We don't know what the agreement for them is, but it just shows the love for it. Like, each Friday, like you just see I Facebook is all over the place. So like now we're full. I want to see what's happening there. So we never fatela that.
Apply it. Koleni system, like there's car. I'm full of car. On memory. Koleni system There's this other lady who's like she's short. I don't because you said you've never been there. But there's this other lady who's always there. Like she's short, she's Tasha fresh. And her sister Leah, like she's such a good host. Like actually she's such a good host because every time when I go there, like even with the first time that she saw me, like only pay any energy ever coming. It's like they don't cover from that.
Like that reception.
Her reception was awesome, and then with the set that I gave her that day, I felt like being very lying. I felt like we would take me impressed that day. Figure my shine to her, she was impressed from that day. Like every time I get there, my favorite. It's just like those fans. So that lady, though, big up to her.
Shout out to her. Wani Gumbo. Shout out to Ishiki. And that's how we like them. And now let's I wanna know okay, this is like a gratitude exercise.
Okay.
So basically I'm gonna mention something, like let's say your career, and you basically tell me this is what I'm most grateful for in this thing. Then I'll move on to the next thing that you tell me. Yeah, well, I don't know if you get me. So like let's say
I hope I'm not offering.
You won't, because like something, this is just like, okay, what are you most thankful for about being a DJ?
It's how genuine the people are. Literally everyone who supports me is like super genuine. I actually never thought that my craft is of a point like I actually have people who consider themselves as my fans. Now call a Leon Toleo, they shoved it down my throat. Being a fool as being a friend either you call me your friend or something, because it was like super awkward. And at the time obviously they were following me by, so it was quite easy for me to pinpoint whoever is gonna say like such a thing. I'm your biggest fan and whatnot. I'm just gonna say now we're friends, bro.
I know a lot of people say, like, especially artists, you guys like, people like say, no man, you're not my fan, you my family, you're not just, I don't want people to call themselves my fan, but if someone's a fan of your work, then it becomes something different, because now this is how I got to know, let's say, somebody out there would say, this is how I got to know this person. I saw him playing there, I loved what he was doing, and then now that just goes to show what's okay. They became a fan of your work. So it's really not such a bad thing as people like.
It's inevitable, man.
Yeah. So okay, fair. And then family.
I'm grateful for the support that my parents give me. To be quite honest with you, because like tough crowd. My mom, no baba, man, like such a tough crowd. Oh, my brothers, man.
Oh, you have siblings?
Yeah.
For real?
I have a brother and a sister.
How old?
They're older than me, yeah, totally. Those people like Bangmira like supporting it because they are looking out for me, they always push me to do better. Like they are always supporting me, they come to some of my gigs, they attend some of my events. So you see, like it works hand in hand in some sort of way. So yeah, I'm quite grateful for the support that my family has for me.
And then personally, what are you most grateful for about yourself?
I'm actually grateful for a lot of things, but if to mention just one, it has to be the way I'm pushing myself, the way I always push myself.
The way you move.
Yeah, the way I move is quite different, and I'm quite grateful for the fact that I'm able to like innovate myself into doing something that's like completely different compared to what other people are doing, so that I can stand out in some sort of way. You see?
You always find a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of pressurized into doing that because being mediocre being like just like the other people in me anxiety.
Yeah,
I'm told.
It's boring, man.
So
Everyone's doing the same thing. That's annoying, man. Find a nice way to do it. Find a different way. Yeah, well, if ever you're doing a specific thing, man, if you're doing a podcast, if you're doing whatever, find your different way to do it. Yeah, well, so future plans?
Dog, like I'm literally trying to go international by December. I'm trying to go overseas by next year. To be quite honest, I don't feel any pessimistic about the industry that I'm in and the thing that I'm doing in this industry. Like I'm really looking forward to going big in this DJ thing because I sacrificed a lot of things for it, you know. So I didn't leave my job or whatever just so that I can become mediocre, DJ as a car, CJ, always operating around cars and not actually progressing. You know, I'm actually trying to move like at a rapid pace because it's crunch time now. It needs to show what's really like I'm actually gaining in this thing. I'm actually moving accordingly. So in terms of future plans, I do have academic plan B's, of which I'm not trying to utilize, to be quite honest. Now my plan B are just there for reference.
Just put some idea.
Yeah, better degree and stuff. So if you're just trying to mess up, I'm just chilling. So yeah.
Alright, shout out there, and then any words of motivation.
Whatever you do in life, do not overstep any bound, whether it be in someone's life, whether it be in the industry, whether it be in your craft. Do not overstep. Just let nature take its course. Easy with humbling or lying the way that it's supposed to vibe. Because everything has its time and everything has its time actually. So just let the universe do its thing and then everything will go accordingly. Please. One thing you must do in life, don't jack things in. remember to keep it flowing like the water.
Yeah. So wait, are you? That's dope, right? Because we show some. I can point out. Let's say the first thing, so much. For someone out there, it's difficult for the person to if they see the other people doing the same thing, doing well at it. So you feel, I can't wait for my time, I can't wait to get there, I want to jalo, that's why.
Yeah.
And then do not overstep your boundaries in someone's life. Damn, bro. Because mind you, mama said, dang. Some people don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
And there's a person now, especially there's a person who gets approached or by a lot of people, sometimes something that's difficult to master is to be able to say no. So as people about they do overstep certain boundaries because they feel as if you don't have any. So like it makes it like intellectual higher, makes me think it's actually quite important to like protect yourself, man. Have a okay, no man, I can't just say yes to everything. If this is poop, this is shit. If I don't agree with this is I have to be able to say no. So you heard what you heard. Good, yeah, man. Don't overstep your boundaries. And now as a person, don't take cack. Simple as that. And and then last, you believe in manifestation. You believe in manifestation because I can see the way you do a lot of things and the way you even say, because you wanna be overseas by next year. You wanna be what did you say? You wanna come out of the country or
I wanna be overseas, and by December I wanna be international. Meaning like I wanna play anywhere outside of the country. Mozambique.
Plus it's that holiday season.
Yeah, we on.
Guys, I hope you learned a thing or two from manifest. This is Jay.
I'm manifesting timing and a manifesta who's pusha very realistic. I mean, you can't be manifesting
I have to be higher than black coffee by next year.
I went next. Not everyone is like Uncle Waffles, Baba.
Yeah.
You
Some people don't even have to go and shake.
Yes.
Yo, okay, lastly, are you in a relationship?
I will say this now, I will say this again, I will say this any other time a person asks me this question. I will not say if I am in a relationship or not. Why? Because it's in the so ukuthi ngiyajola ukuthi angijoli akusindaba yenu bafethu. So to answer your question, dog.
I told the DJ, man. Guys, if they're gonna give answers like this, then you know it's not safe. But
Yo.
Shout out to everyone watching this. Shout out to you for pulling up, man.
Nah, man.
Shout out
It is a
and
pleasure, man.
bless up. All the best for everything, man. It's up from here.
To the top.
To the top.
Please.
Yeah. When ufuna ubashiya nani?
Ufuna ubashiya nani?
Yeah.
What?
The viewers.
Ufuna ubashiya nani?
No, I'm not saying you must freestyle or anything.
No, I know.
Just anything. Guys, we'll see future work. Like, planning on dropping maybe milk and cookies and butter.
Okay.
And next week.
Okay, fair. I'm not trying to jinx things.
Yeah.
I'm planning to drop a lot this year in terms of content, in terms of music, in terms of mixes. Because really, it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to perfect my music grade. And then I think November, December, I'm gonna drop
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will it be vocals or just?
I think it'll be vocals. I'm trying to push for vocals.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my next mix is gonna drop. It's the 8th of September for now. I think in the next month or two, I think I'm gonna drop I think next month I'm just gonna drop Grounded House Volume 3. And then in November I'm gonna drop maybe my birth month mix. Or I'm gonna just drop Sounds of the West Volume 3.
Okay, so you just mentioned the Grounded House.
Grounded House Volume 3.
Grounded House, there's Milk and Cookies, there's
Sounds of the West.
Sounds of the West.
Ice Cream Sessions.
Ice Cream Sessions.
Yeah.
What's the difference between all these? Do you have like specific themes for all of them?
Yeah. Okay, fairly. It would be hard to tell, but like there's just one thing. Milk and Cookies when I mix fairly. Like the first part of the mix is like more my chilled vibes, and then the second part of the mix is where like it starts going up, like at a party, like a party in Mozodala vele, uzocala the stuff is chill, and then it Sounds of the West, it's almost the same thing, but change my subgenre. Like if things will the soulful piano the first half, second half was a shinch. I mean, it's a sketch. Like you can tell, because with Sounds of the West, chinche like Madala Buma is key just less soulful / whatever, and then I change it too big, Mozambique in the second half. But you could tell this is the second half of the mix.
So you do your own mixes?
Yeah.
You just mix for yourself. There's no ghost mixer.
My house now. I once went live in Shy live mix. My last mix, the one that I dropped last, in Shy on Facebook in live. Yeah.
As well as stay tuned. Make sure you follow the guy on all his social media platforms, which is IG.
Instagram, Mosa Waves. Facebook, Mosa Waves. Twitter, Mosa Waves. TikTok, Mosa Waves. You get the
Wait, what's with this Mosa Waves name? How'd you come with it? Because I know it's at the end of the interview. How did I even forget to ask this? Because it's not like you have waves.
I don't have waves.
Or is it a thing which I'm planning to make a lot of waves?
I'm planning on getting waves soon. My rebrand is coming soon. So I'm just, but okay, it goes in 3 ways, really. The hair is coming soon. I need to have to rebrand. I need to start looking like the waves now. So that's something that's in progress. Currently.
So you're gonna cut your hair?
Yeah, I am. Soon. Might be the next time I cut my hair, like tomorrow. Who knows? Then I'm planning on making like waves, like in the industry. I'm planning on being something that is like constantly flowing, Like I'm really planning, I'm betting on it. And then it actually came about in September, to like these Machita September, we all these are waves out of the blue because being busy la pioneer my beach every single chance that I get. So really the friends that I had that side, Makalobukis and those names. So I was just like, I'm riding with that. It's quite dope.
And then who's your favorite DJ right now?
My favorite DJ currently locally. I could mention a few, but if I'm gonna be quite specific with who exactly, locally, caught me off guard, low key, it caught me off guard. Like I'm actually trying to think of a favorite DJ that I have in the Kasi currently. And I feel I don't think that I have a favorite DJ. In the Kasi I don't. Maybe like in the mainstream, but locally I don't think I have a favorite DJ. When I used to have one. Not anymore.
Why?
Why?
Okay, who was it when you had one?
Cranky T.
Then why not anymore?
Yeah?
Why not anymore?
Man, it's not that he's not my favorite DJ anymore, but I'm just not used to hearing him play anymore. Like, according to
yeah.
He's still my favorite DJ, but I don't hear him as much as I used to. You see?
Shout out to Kim.
Yeah.
That guy can mix so good like a fan down. Gospel that with just sound dope. Okay, we've come to the end and the conclusion of our amazing interview with the one and only Mosa, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And big shout out to the White House. This is where we are today, White House in Middle and Zone 5, if I'm not mistaken, Middle and Zone 5. And shout out to our sponsors, the Grand Entrance SA. I really niggas lost
no
me
pun
there.
intended. I told you to say that.
Okay, shout out to Grand Entrance SA. You can look them up on all their social media platforms, IG, Facebook. Zobathola Corner, place your order. They have some new summer things dropping soon, just like all these other amazing brands. Shout out to Ken Jules for the jewelry here. Make sure you check her out on IG, Facebook. I'm not too sure, but then you can place an order for as low as 30 Rand. So yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe, share, and follow us on all our pages. Our pages will be over here. Make sure they add them onto the screen here. But this was season 2, episode 1, and thank you so much for walking this journey with us. Dampo. Peace. Sibiya. Oh, that was a cut. Yeah, what I did.